Good morning, everyone, and welcome back for another weekend shave. And today we're going to spotlight Through the Fire Fine Craft. This is Sucker Punch, and the scent on this is, let's see, it's a nice citrusy blend. I will say it's a little light out of the tub. I'd say it's about 3.5 or so. The scent that I'm getting is nice, but it's a little on the light side. I'm hoping it will kick up a little bit when I lather it. Again, Through the Fire Fine Craft Sucker Punch. So let's go ahead and load this guy up. And by the way, synthetic brushes don't hold water. I like to do that from time to time just for kicks. All right, so let's get a load on this, and we'll hope the scent kicks up a little bit once it's loaded. Oh, yep, I can already smell it just by stirring it. It's, kicked up a little bit. So now it seems like it's, yep, at the 4 level. I guess sometimes mixing these things up and, just waking that surface up does allow a little more scent to present itself. And as always, when you use it, on your face, a lot of times it certainly appears more fragrant then. So don't always judge it right out of the tub. Because it can definitely change when you load it and put it on your face. Yeah, I can definitely get some different notes out of this now that I'm loading it. Just waking it up. Still, is it super fragrant? No. It's, like I said, it rose about to 4, a little under medium. But I do like, it's a very nice scent, what I'm picking up. So hopefully when we put it on our face, we get a little more of it. All right. Let me, good load. Let me wet the face and we'll get going. Stand by. All right, so let's get going. Through the Fire Fine Craft is a good soap. She makes Maggard soaps. I believe she makes the Blades Grim soaps, and maybe other folks I'm not even familiar with. The quality of the soap is quite good in my opinion. This is nice. It smells, I gotta tell you, if this scent was kicked up, it would be beautiful, because the scent itself, in terms of the notes that are coming out, is wonderful. It's a lot of citrusy notes. Let me add a little water. And again, I was saying before, never really had a quality issue with her soaps. Maria Arman is the artisan. Nice lady. And she does make a really nice quality soap. A little more water. Oh yeah. Feels really, really nice on the face, which is good. And what I mean by that is the texture of the soap and just how it feels. You can definitely tell things about the soap when you lather it. There are some folks who say you can't tell anything until you put the razor to your face. That's not true. You can tell a lot about the soap just when you're lathering it. I am getting a little more scent out of it now, which is good. It's really a wonderful scent if you're a citrus lover. Just a little light. All right, today we're going to use the Above the Tie S2, and when I want a really smooth shave, this is one of the guys I reach for. It is just, the way to characterize this razor for me is smooth. It just works very, very well on that front. Some people don't care for it because you don't feel a lot of blade on your face, but for me, it works great. And, I really enjoy this razor. The only reason that I ever or the only thing that I could pick that I didn't like about it was the pins. It can be a little difficult to get the blade in, but if you turn it upside down, sort of hold it in there, it actually works nicely. So that resolved my minor issue with the loading of the blade. You just sort of have to turn the head or the top cap upside down, lay it in there and sort of hold it, and it works fine. It snaps right into place. So no biggie there, but I gotta tell you, the shave this guy provides and the build quality is outstanding. Okay, that was really nice and smooth. First pass. Stand by while I wet the face. We'll come back to pass 2. Really nice first pass. The soap did very, very well at providing good slickness, cushion, glide. Razor did its job. The blade is Astra SP. And just really, really nice on a Saturday morning. That's what you want, a nice, smooth, relaxing shave. Certainly nice to be treating myself to such a luxury on a Saturday morning. It was a heck of a week, or last couple of weeks at work, so I gotta tell you, the weather has finally warmed up outside. Like a few weeks ago, we had a day that was almost 90 degrees, and then it got down to back in the 30s again, and I was hating that. But now it's getting back up in the 70s or so during the day, and I'm really liking that. It gives me an opportunity to get outside and do some yard work and stuff, which I enjoy. Getting outside and doing that stuff is really, for me, a nice way to, relieve any stress or what have you from work. When you sit inside all day, it's nice to get outside and, let some steam off, and that's the way I do it. Let's get the stash area here. Really nice. The soap, really nice residual slickness there. Soap really doing very, very well. And I didn't expect that it would not. Maria's a fine soap maker. And a nice lady from my dealings with her. And never really heard anything bad said about Maria, which is good. She seems to be a nice lady. She makes her soaps. Pretty much minds her business, and it's a good deal. Yeah, this shave is really going nicely. Just smooth and enjoyable, which is exactly what I was looking for today. All right, let's rinse the face and we'll come back for pass 3. So, at 9 this morning, my son has I call it the S word sport because I'm not a big fan of it. I won't say it, but it's where they run around aimlessly trying to kick the ball into a goal. And the reason I don't like the sport is because, I grew up in the 70s, and it really wasn't a big deal here. No one really played it when I was growing up. We played football, basketball, baseball, and it wasn't a thing until, I don't know, maybe later in the 80s and above, and much more prominent 2000 and up. So anyhow, I never really learned the game, never in my life played it or cared to. We didn't do that growing up. So I just never took an interest in it, and some of the rules of it seem to be sort of anti-competitive in nature, like, the offensive players can't have so many in front of the defenders, and I'm like, what if basketball had a fast break rule like that? I mean, it would be dopey, or football. So, for me, it's not a sport that I enjoy, but my son enjoys it. So I take him, and I allow him to enjoy it, and that's good for him. And I don't mind doing that. I still always crack on it, not in front of him though, but when I'm talking with adults, I'm like, welcome back to hell, also known as the S word sport. And I realize my European friends will, it's what they grew up playing, so they'll have a different take on it, and that's okay. A lot of us in Razor and Brush crack on each other, like Claudio, Portugal, big soccer fan. He's from Brazil. I said it. I need to wash my mouth out with soap. Nasty. Anyway, and so he'll crack on me about football, American football, and I'll crack on him for soccer. So, but anyhow, we'll get him to the game this morning and sit through that. I gotta say, yesterday took him to practice, and there was a ladies' like high school lacrosse going on, because where we take him, or where I take him, there's a number of fields. And I was watching a lacrosse game. I found that to be fairly interesting, or at least more interesting than the S word sport. You know, it's pretty interesting, I thought. I don't know the rules on that either, but it was pretty interesting. So I enjoyed sort of watching that while they practiced, to tell you the truth. All right, let's get the stash here. Anyway, whatever your sport is or hobby, just enjoy it, you know. And don't take it personal if someone else doesn't enjoy it. I know a lot of European guys don't like American football. That's okay, you know. And I'm not offended when they say American football sucks, or it's dopey, or, you know, a bunch of Neanderthals play it. They didn't really grow up with it, so, you know, you can't really expect people to take to that sort of thing. And here in the U.S., while they play it in schools, it has gotten big in schools and recreational leagues still. In terms of adults watching, you know, there are a lot of people who watch the World Cup and all that, but it's still not a big sport. It gets nowhere near the type of ratings that American football, etc. gets. All right, that was a great shave. Let's rinse the face. We'll come back and sum this all up, show you what we're using for the aftershave, give our final thoughts on the soap. Stay tuned for that. All right, so let's remove the specks and slap on some of this good old Thayer's Witch Hazel. Almost through another bottle, which is no surprise, much as I use it every day. And you know, if I come in from mowing grass or something, I will take a shower and I'll put on some more witch hazel just to, you know, tone the face. I just like it. It makes the face feel good, in my opinion. All right, let's get to the soap here and give our thoughts on that. Through the Fire Fine Craft. Long name, like I said in my top 25 artisans video. Through the Fire Fine Craft. Long name. This is a really nice smelling soap. I wish it was about 2 notches to 3 notches up, kicked up in scent. It's a little on the mild side for me in scent, but it is a beautiful scent, and it is a beautiful quality soap. If you're looking for a mildly scented soap, you don't like stout scents, this is one you may want to try. I wish it was a little bit more robust in scent. You get, it reaches about the 4 level at most when you lather it. I wish that was a notch or 2 higher. It would be stellar. Doesn't quite reach that point. Very, very good soap though. Okay. Above the Tie, S2, smooth shaver. I gotta tell you, I could pick any Above the Tie except for the H plate. That one is killer. And it would always be in my top 5. Just wonderful razors. And I particularly like the Atlas handle, which the knurling on that is spectacular. And it's, you know, it's grippy and it's also beautiful. S2, wonderful, wonderful razor. Plisson, you know who I feel about that, or how I feel about that, I should say. And today sorry about that. I had a Peter Charcalis moment. I knocked my camera over, or phone. We're going to go with Fine Orange, which is a really nice shave and should go nicely with this Through the Fire Fine Craft Sucker Punch. Not that you need to match, because you don't. Most soaps don't hang around. Every now and again you'll get one that may, but this soap certainly isn't going to hang around. Oh, this is beautiful stuff here. I tell you, the fine scents are wonderful. If he comes out with soaps and all of those scents that he has for aftershaves, look out. It will be something to behold, because the American Blend soap is outstanding. I really, really enjoy it. So if he comes out with soap in these scents and those vetivers and platinum, look out, people. It's going to be fun. All right, folks. So thanks as always for watching, and as always, I remind you, keep them up, keep them open, and follow the money to get to the truth.